Here you go. I'm Majesty to everyone. Welcome back to A Voice for a Change, where we tackle deep global issues to hopefully spread awareness and for you viewers to be entertained while we shed light into these topics. Now, my name is Gabriel, Baysa, your host for this podcast, and I am here joined by my four dear friends, Ria Gingging, Mejorada, Sacon, and Raynor. And today we're going to be tackling a deep global issue that is under the part of SDG 8, or the Economic Development and Decent Work, which is none other than child labor. So everyone, how are you all today?
I'm quite nervous, but I'm doing fine.
However, the others.
It's our pleasure to be here with you, our friends, classmates, especially here in our podcast. It's very challenging topic to talk about.
Yes.
I'm actually glad that I'm here with your podcast. And yeah.
I'm very excited to learn more about this issue, and I'm very excited to be in this podcast.
Yeah, I'm great. I'm glad that everyone is so eager to learn and so eager to share about your insights in this global issue. I'm sure that you're surprised as to why I have chosen all of you. Well, of course, I wanted to tackle this global issue with none other than my four dear friends, so that we can share our insights, we can share talking, so that we can naturally speak to each other, and hopefully by the end of the day, our viewers and especially us, we learn something.
How about our host? How are you?
Well, thank you for asking.
Yes.
I'm very fine for today. I'm very excited, and let's get into it.
Yes.
Go now. I believe that we are all very eager to start on our conversation. So let me start you off with a question, my dear friends. What is child labor? Can someone answer that for me? Yes, Ria.
For me, child labor refers to any work that deprives their childhood, interferes in their schooling, and basically is harmful for their physical and mental well-being. And did you know that in the International Labour Organization estimates that 60 million are engaged in child labor?
160 million? Can you believe that? To put into perspective, imagine every single person in France and Italy combined. That's how many people that the organization have estimated that children have engaged in child labor. And I can't believe that they're put into work that is very damaging to them. They're put into mining, into farming. I just can't believe it.
I actually once visited Nabundaran and saw teens in construction sites, roadworks, and especially the lavanderas that are young, just to earn money for their expenses every day.
Oh my god, so this issue is prevalent everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, it's even somewhere that is very near to us. And that is why we are talking about this issue today. Now that we know what is child labor, can someone also tell me what are the causes of this?
Well, try. One of the main causes is poverty. Families struggling to survive, see no option but to send their children to work.
Would you guys send your children to work if you were?
No, not me. If I would have children, I will make sure that they will get the privilege that they deserve.
But what if you can't work? Who will put money on the table?
I will definitely work. I will definitely provide for my children. So guys, if you want to have a children, make sure that you have the financial aspect to raise your children.
Yes, I agree.
So we know now that one of the factors is poverty, but is that really all there is to it?
I think another reason is lack of access to quality education, as in some areas, education is too expensive or just unavailable.
I see. So are there any more factors that plays into child labor aside from poverty and lack of education?
Cultural norms. Cultural norms also plays a vital role because in some communities, it's normalized in their household for their children to contribute in household income instead of attending school.
Oh my god, can you believe that? How it's normalized for people to take advantage of their child when a child should be a child, not have the responsibility of an adult.
Yeah.
So I believe these three factors are most likely the main factors of the contribution of child labor. So let's move into the how can child labor affect these children, because they're the ones, well, it's stated in the name child labor, so they're the ones who is getting affected the most. So can anyone tell me the consequence of child labor?
I believe physically, many children work in dangerous conditions that may lead to injuries or chronic mental issues.
Secondly, mentally. They suffer from stress and trauma that lead to long-term well-being.
And without proper education, they remain trapped in the cycle of poverty, making it harder for them to build a better future.
Three, I can't believe how much they have to go through just to be forced to put money into their homes. So let's move forward. Now that we know the consequence, now that we know what is child labor, now that we know what are the causes of child labor, let's move on into something more fun. Let's release our burdens. Let's release our heavy burdens and let's have some little fun. So for our long viewers, I believe you know what this section is called. It's none other than Troy or False, where I will be asking questions and it's up to you to answer whether it's Troy or False.
He's very excited.
Okay, so for the first question, most children who are engaged in child labor work in factories. Is that Troy or False?
False.
Yes. Unfortunately, that is true. Many children are more forced into farming. I think around 70%. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it.
Well, it is true, so you better believe it. The Philippines, we all know that everywhere we go, there are farms everywhere. And if you look into deep enough, there will be children who are forced or who force themselves to work there. So, time for the next question. I believe you guys will be tricked. For the next question, child labor is illegal worldwide. Okay, ready your answers in 3, 2, 1. Troy! True. Fortunately, as much as we would like that, that is false. In some places, some countries, child labor is pretty much legal and normalized. Can you believe that? And I believe in the Philippines, we are lucky enough that it is illegal. But some people can still force themselves, their children into labor. And in countries, some are legal. That is the undeniable, horrifying truth, everyone. So let's move on to the next question. For the second to the last question, boys are more engaged in child labor than girls. Troy or False? Get ready your answers in 3, 2, and 1.
Troy.
Unfortunately, that is Troy. Many boys are estimated to be more engaged in child labor than girls, although the gap is closing, but that is not really any good news. But the gap that should be closing is the amount of children that are engaged in child labor. Moving on to our last question. I think you all will be surprised. Child labor is decreasing every year. Troy or false?
False.
Absolutely false.
Obviously.
False.
Yeah.
Guys, it is indeed false. You guys are happy?
No.
Yeah, okay, and a serious note, this is very problematic that child labor is not decreasing by the year but increasing. Many advocacies and many organizations have been exposing themselves to stopping and to decreasing child labor, but it hasn't gone down, especially since the pandemic, where it has only risen. So that ends our game trivia of Troy and Falls. Everyone, after learning these horrifying facts and statistics, what are your insights? Yes, Kai.
It's very frustrating to know that many children work hard for their own future and for their own expenses because their parents cannot provide or their family is not financially stable.
Yes, it's a dark truth that we all must shed light into. Anyone have any more insights?
For me, I'm really sad and devastated for those children who cannot experience their childhood happily. They're being exposed early instead of them being exposed for the work for their future and stuff at the age of 20, but they're being exposed at early ages such as 5, 7, and I'm just really thankful, and I'm really thankful as well because not all of the parents can afford, or not all the parents can access that we can go to school, privileged schools like this. So I'm very sad, and I'm hoping for the other children that they can get their future or their childhood that they deserve.
Yes, I believe we're all grateful that even though our parents may not be perfect, at least they don't force us into putting money into the table. Because we should have childhood. Just like the title of this episode, children have small hands, yet they have big responsibilities when engaged in child labor, which they should not have. They should go around and play and fun. What are your guys' childhood play stories? What did you do when you were a child?
How about you?
How about you?
My childhood was all about playing with my friends, outside the house. We always played tumbalata,
Yeah,
because
same.
always hit my leg. They always hit me, but I also hit them.
How about you guys? Did you play any more Filipino games?
My childhood was a large part of my childhood was just me being inside the house.
Oh,
Well,
also memorable.
Time for yourself.
it made me realize that I was really privileged and knowing more about this topic has made me more informed about the issue.
Yes, and I hope that you, the viewers, will also feel the same. So that now that we all know the statistics, this child labor is very problematic everywhere, and we in the Philippines are also exposed to child labor. So you, the viewers, wherever you might be, whatever country you can, I believe these actions can also be applied to you. So everyone, my last question will be, what are the actions that people can take to help these children who are suffering in this environment?
I believe we should support organizations to end child labor like UNICEF or International Labor Organization.
Yes.
We can also provide support for them by donation drives, programs that provide education, free education for them.
More.
Raise awareness, especially the Marites. Gossip spread faster than news. That their connection are strong. Raising awareness is simple to them.
Yes, that is what we are doing. We are trying to shed light to raise awareness. Anyone can have a final action.
We can also advocate for policies that protect children's rights in our country, as these policies were made to address the issue.
Yes, well, I believe that that is the end of our conversation. We have learned what child labor is. We have learned the causes. We have learned the consequences it has in one child. We have learned the statistics and data, the very underlying fact that this problem is very serious, and we have also learned how we can do action to hopefully decrease child labor. So, everyone, once again, I'm so thankful that you have joined me into this journey of raising awareness. into this
Yes,
podcast.
we're also thankful for you, Troy, because we didn't just learn, but we also had fun with your Troy or fall.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
Made me lift a little bit with the issues of this child labor. Made me so, but that game made me lift up.
Yes.
Yes.
We hope that you all learn in an entertaining way. So, Dean, Ria, Kai, DY, I'm so thankful that you joined me today. And once again, for the viewers, welcome to A Voice for Change. I am Troy Gabriel Baysa, your host, and goodbye. Can I?